Hey guys, Joel's back with another reasoning session. Today I'm going to be talking about the surety and the peace that comes on you when you're really tapped in with Source and you start to really see things from this higher perspective.
Come now and let us reason together. Come now, we can talk it over.
But first things first, if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more like content. It honestly really helps with the algorithm in promoting this message for the people that are ready to receive it. But Source is lining us up as it is. And I'm also posting on other platforms like Rumble. And I'm also mirroring these videos on Zappit just because that's what Source guided me to for this moment. But honestly, YouTube can't censor me. YouTube can't shadow ban the truth. And it's the truth that shines in the darkness and really ignites those of us who are also beacons that will carry this light into our own worlds. But with that out of the way, I'm just going to jump straight into the text. I got a short one for today coming from the Tehillim. And this one's from the 112th Tehillim. Just a couple verses here. It says, surely he, we're talking about, the upright person that walks in tune with Source, shall not be moved forever. The righteous shall be in everlasting remembrance. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed, trusting in Yahweh. Now, in speaking of trusting in Yahweh, we're talking about divine justice, that cyclical nature of what goes around comes around. And when you trust in that reality, you can see people doing things that aren't so good. And, a lot of people might want to retaliate. They might want to get involved in the situation. But when you know that Source has a divine plan in all of this, in unfolding that justice, in closing that circle, then your heart is fixed. And no matter what's going on around you, no matter what it looks like, no matter what the media says or politicians try to mandate, you are fixed and you know that their divine justice is coming to them. When the living Logos is literally living inside of you, living your own life through you and not your own ego, you can literally step beyond the barriers of this physical perspective and tap into the dimensions of higher causal realities where all things are manifest and all probabilities already exist. And it goes on to say, his heart is established. He shall not be afraid until he sees his desire upon his enemies. And that just goes for the manifesting perspective. You have a vision inside of you and you're not moved by what you see in the physical. That vision is sure, that vision is fixed, that vision is guaranteed, and you just keep that anchor. You maintain that faith, and like a rope, it pulls you to that desired end. So though it's really easy to be moved by what we see in the physical dimensions, because we're literally inundated by these stories, these narratives. Other people may be bringing it to our attention. And, even when we go out to interact in the physical world, it only lifted recently here in Alberta, but all along, everybody's just, wearing the muzzle. You see signs about, hey, meet the Jabberwocky today. 70% have already signed up. It's very easy to be ruled by what you see. But when you have that anchor in your Source and it's literally the living Logos giving you that inspiration, that vision, that surety, then nothing will move you. And you know that the wicked have their justice coming to them. And I just want to finish with the last verse of this Tehillah. The wicked shall see it and be grieved. He shall gnash with his teeth and melt away. The desire of the wicked shall perish, meaning the vision that they've set forth, even though they might receive it, it's going to come full circle and close upon them that divine justice. And that is what perishes them. So don't give up hope. Stay optimistic. And I'm not just talking about positive thinking here, guys. I'm talking about tapping in with Source, because Source has your true vision already set as a reality. And that reality, my friends, is what literally manifests our dream worlds. The world that we know we're deserving of to live in, our best life yet, and the utopia that we know we've come here to experience. We didn't come here to be manipulated or to be bogged down and inundated by these false narratives and the bad news network.
This is the Bad News Network. If it's bad news, then it's good news. Now here's BNN reporter Gary Dismal.
In world news tonight, Iran declared war on the entire world today. Today with this statement from the Ayatollah Khomeini, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Quoting Iran's offense minister after their first defeat, I came, I saw, Iran. In other news, the Soviet Union accidentally launched 453 nuclear ICBM missiles towards the United States today. Moscow claims it must have been the electrical snowstorm. Fortunately for us, the guidance system malfunctioned, and if you haven't noticed already, we no longer have a moon. On the lighter side, the American Medical Association has determined that breathing air causes cancer in laboratory rats. So if you do have to go outside, it is highly recommended that you hold your breath. This just in. Charlie Brown is dead. Right now, the entire western United States is experiencing a major earthquake. The official blame has yet to be determined, though some say it's the San Andreas fault. No need for you to worry, however, unless, of course, you're experiencing it. Turning to our weather. Don't forget your umbrellas when you leave home, because it's acid rain today, nuclear winter tomorrow.
This has been some of the bad news, but there's a lot more where it came from. So have a nice day.
Aren't you glad that you have the hope?
Thank God for Jesus.
Martha, let's get out of here! We're all gonna die!
Don't you wish everybody did?
We've come here to literally manifest the kingdom of heaven in this earth. We're agents in place for this kingdom, and we're bringing to pass a new way of doing things where truth and all things good are king. And we are the sovereigns bringing to pass this reality. So tap in and really manifest this space for yourself, for others, and for future generations, because we owe it to society, we owe it to ourselves, and future generations are really going to look back and say, wow, that really was the greatest generation ever. So I love you guys. I'll check you in the next reasoning sesh. Joel signing out once again. Agape, Salaam, Namaste. Shalom. And that reality, my friends, is what literally manifests our dream lives, our best life yet, and our dream world, our best life yet. You know, the world that our dream worlds. You know, the world that we know we're deserving of to live in. Our best life yet, and the utopia that we know we've come here to experience.